There is a quiet war being fought in the minds of those who prefer to be alone. It's not that they are antisocial or shy or depressed. It is something far more complex and far more rare. You see them at parties, standing near the exit, at work, eating lunch at their desk while the world chatters on. Society tells them they are broken, that they need to come out of their shell, that loneliness is a disease to be cured. But what if the shell isn't a prison? What if it's a sanctuary? What if the brain of a person who genuinely prefers solitude is not deficient, but actually wired differently? Today, we are going inside that brain to understand the biology, the history, and the hidden strength of the quiet ones. The first thing you must understand is the shame, the guilt that comes from needing to recharge alone. Imagine this. After a week of meetings and small talk, you finally have a Saturday with zero plans. Your body relaxes, but then a voice creeps in. You should go out. You should be social. You're wasting your life sitting here. This is the quiet voice of internalized extroversion, the belief that your natural state is wrong. It creates a paradox. You crave solitude, but you feel ashamed for craving it, so you hide it. You pretend to be tired. You pretend to have other plans. You construct elaborate excuses just to protect your quiet time. But the need for solitude isn't a preference. For some, it's a biological requirement, like food or water. When you deny your body water, you get dehydrated. When you deny a quiet person solitude, something far more complex happens in the brain. Neuroscientists have found a significant difference in the brains of introverts and extroverts. It's called the reticular activating system. The RAS acts like a gatekeeper for sensory information. It decides what to let in and what to keep out. In extroverts, this gate is fairly relaxed. It lets most things through. The world is a playground. But in the brain of someone who prefers being alone, this gate is different. It's highly sensitive. It's a filter. Every conversation, every light, every sound hits this filter hard. It processes deeply. It feels everything. This is why you can spend an hour at a party and feel like you've run a mental marathon. Your brain didn't relax. It worked. The other key factor is a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. It's the chemical of slow brain activity. When dopamine, the go-go-go chemical, floods an extrovert's brain, they feel alive. For the quiet brain, too much dopamine causes anxiety. But when acetylcholine is released through quiet reading, deep thought, or being alone, the solitary brain feels pleasure. You are not running from the world. You are running toward the chemical state that lets you think clearly. This need for acetylcholine is so strong, it's not a choice, it's a craving. Your brain is literally built to seek it. This is the biology of the quiet person, a high sensitivity gate, a preference for deep, slow brain chemistry, a need to process. But if this is biology, why does the world shame it? Why does the quiet voice exist at all? To answer that, we must look back, far back. Imagine an ancient tribe 10,000 years ago. Survival depends on the group, hunting, gathering, fighting. In that tribe, the loud, brave, social hunters were essential. They led the charge. They took risks. But a tribe of only brave hunters would not survive. They would be reckless. They would miss the subtle dangers. The tribe also needed the quiet ones, the watchers, the ones who sat by the fire and noticed the patterns. The watcher noticed which berries made people sick. They noticed the quiet before a storm. They noticed the stranger walking too close to the camp. These were the original thinkers, the inventors, the shamans, the ones who processed information deeply to keep the group safe. Evolution didn't make a mistake with you.
It placed you here as a necessary balance, the yin to the extrovert's yang. But then society changed. The Industrial Revolution came. The information age exploded. Suddenly, the world was built for the hunters. Open offices, networking events, the constant demand to sell yourself. The watchers' sanctuary disappeared. Their quiet wisdom became seen as antisocial weakness. Their biology became a burden. This is the root of the shame. You are an ancient soul, living in a world that has forgotten to be quiet. But here is the pivot, the truth that changes everything. Research shows that this burden is actually a superpower. Because you process deeply, you see connections that others miss. You are not distracted by the surface noise. Studies show that solitary thinkers are often more accurate at predicting outcomes. They see the long game. You are not afraid of being alone with your thoughts, and in a world terrified of silence, that is rare. That is power. When you stop fighting your biology and start honoring it, the shame dissolves. You stop apologizing for needing space. You begin to design your life around your need for depth, not around society's demand for noise. You stop saying yes to things that drain you and start saying no to protect your peace. That no is not rude, it is sacred. This pivot is not about becoming a hermit. It is about understanding that you bring the most value to the world when you are fully charged. A charged, quiet person has empathy. They have insights. They have the calm to hold space for others in pain. You are not broken. You are a deep well, and the world needs deep wells, not just shallow streams. You have the rare brain, the one that can focus, the one that can create, the one that can withstand the silence. So what do we do with this knowledge? How do we integrate it? It starts with a single act of permission. Give yourself permission to leave the party early, not because you're anxious, but because you are full. Give yourself permission to sit in a coffee shop alone, without a phone, and just watch the world. You are not lonely, you are observing. The next time the quiet voice whispers that you are wasting time, ask it, whose time am I wasting, and whose life is this? Your life is not a performance for the amusement of extroverts. Your life is your own masterpiece, painted in shades of quiet. You are the keeper of the ancient fire, the one who thinks before speaking, the one who feels before acting. The world will try to convince you that loud is right, that busy is better, that alone is wrong. But you know the truth. You have been inside your own mind. You have seen its depths. You know its power. So the next time you crave solitude, do not fight it, embrace it. It is not a weakness, it is your biology calling you home. In a noisy world, the quiet ones don't just survive, they see, they think, they create, and that is the rarest brain of all.